Yes.
We'll call the Wednesday, April 24th, 2024, 10 a.m. Meeting of the Investment Advisory Committee to order. Roll call, Treasurer Sam Lamacusa here. Commissioner Mauro Cantalasa,
Here.
Commissioner Danny Malloy,
Here.
Commissioner Nikki Frenchco, absent. Clerk of Courts Karen Allen. Motions in order to accept the minutes of the January 31st, 2024 IAC organizational and regular quarterly meetings.
Make that motion.
Motion to accept the minutes of the January 31, 2024 IAC meetings. Cantalasa, second. Malloy, roll call. Cantalasa,
Yes.
Malloy,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Lamacusa, yes. That brings us to item 3, review of first quarter 2024 investment reports.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tammy Gerhardt. I'm the Chief Deputy in the Treasurer's Office. I have provided each of you at your desk a first quarter 2024 report if you'd like to follow along as I review. We are going to start with the first item in your packet, which is a transmittal letter. It details the contents of the reporting packet, as well as who may have affected transactions on behalf of the Investment Authority for the period of the reports. I'm going to review and highlight the various reports that are listed here. If you have any questions, please feel free to interject, and Treasurer Lamacusa and I will do our best to address them. We're going to move on to the first report in your packet. On page 1, it is a summary of investment balances for March 2024. At the end of March of this year, we had approximately $147.6 million invested. The reports that we will be reviewing today will focus on the securities as well as the CDs. So I'd like just to take a quick moment to review the Star Ohio rates and let you know historically where they have been over the last year. I don't have these rates in your packet. At the end of the first quarter of 2023, Star Ohio was at 5.02%. At the end of the second quarter, it was at 5.28%. At the end of the third quarter of 23, it was at 5.56%. And at the end of December of 2023, it was at 5.58%. Then beginning this year, it has started to decline. At the end of January, it was at 5.51. The end of February, 5.48. The end of March, 5.47. And as of yesterday, it was at 5.46. To give you a little idea about the Fed funds rate, the rate still stands at where it was moved to last July, with a level of 5.25% to 5.50%. And the next meeting of the committee is April 30th and May 1st, and it is not likely, or it's not anticipated at this time, that they will change that rate at this next meeting. Now we're going to move on to our next report. It is the first of our CD reports. It is the quarterly CD interest history. And as you can see there is nothing to report for the first quarter. Page 3 is a quarterly CD purchase report, and there were no CDs purchased during the quarter. And then page 4 is our quarterly CD inventory, and there were no transactions or balances to report for the first quarter. We're going to move on to page 5. This is the first of our security reports. It is a quarterly interest history for the securities. This reflects that there were 27 payments that were posted during the quarter. The low rate was 0.3% and the high rate was 6.05%. And that was posted in January. And unfortunately, that security was called at that time, so we no longer have that one. The total interest received for the quarter on the securities is $242,415.28. Moving on to page 7, it is our quarterly security purchase report. It shows that the Treasurer invested in 3 items during the quarter. The par value totaling $4 million, the term ranging from 1.75 years to 4.75 years, and the coupons were all fixed at 4.5%, 4.85%, and 5.25%. Moving on to the quarterly security inventory report that is on pages 8 through 12. At the top in the red font, you can see the call and maturity activity that occurred during the quarter. $3 million total par value was called in January. $2 million total par value matured in February, and there were no calls or maturities in March. The rest of the items there are listed in outstanding order of maturity, and our new ones are incorporated in bold green font throughout. Now, if we move over to page 11, you'll be able to see that in January, we received $143,540.28 in interest. In February, that number was $98,875 in interest. Page 12 shows what occurred with regards to the book value. Our previous quarter book value was $56,775,158.33. We had $3 million that was called, $2 million that matured, and we had amortized purchased accrued interest during the quarter of $158.33. We added $4,134.72 in purchases, ending with the current balance at the end of the quarter of $55,775,134.72. And you can see on the bar graph on the right that we have securities that will be maturing actually in April all the way out to 4.75 years. And our max generally is 5 years. Moving on to page 13, this is our interest versus fees comparison. The net fees for Huntington and Farmer Banking is $332.68 that was posted during January, February, and March. Now, with regards to interest, you'll recall at our January meeting that Treasurer Lamakusa had submitted a letter to the auditor in January decreasing our estimate for 2024 to $5,048,474.62. The interest receipts that we reflect here of $1,498,141.29 for this quarter reflect that we are on track to meet that estimate that he had put in January. We will be submitting a letter to the auditor today to increase that estimate for 2024 to $5,252,926.78. And that is because the rates have not been declining as fast as was anticipated back in January. We're going to continue to monitor the situation and adjust the 2024 estimated revenues as needed to reflect the changing economic conditions, and we will apprise you of that in our meetings. Moving on, as always, the last item in your packet is our daily Form 6 for the last business day of the quarter. This one is for March 29th, and the first page of the Form 6 shows the receipts and disbursements that flowed through the office that day as usual. And the second page there reflects the balances of where the funds are, including the investments that we just reviewed. So this includes our first quarter report. Any questions for us? No? Okay, thank you.
Motion Allen to accept the report, second Cantamalesa. Roll call Allen, Cantamalesa,
Yes.
Malloy,
Yes.
Lamakusa, yes. Bring us to item 4 in our packet, old business. At our, under review of our minutes, as always, Ms. Gearhart does an outstanding job, and there is a slight question at our reorganizational meeting of the acceptance of one of our policies. So we're going to straighten that out right now. We made, at the review of organizational meeting, we had a motion to accept the meeting records, policies, and membership policies, and I failed to say investment policies in that motion statement. So we are asking for a motion to accept the investment policy today.
Make that motion.
Motion Cantala Mesa, second Malloy. Roll call Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Malloy,
Yes.
Allen, Lamacusa, yes. That's all I have under old business unless anyone else has anything else. New business, I have none. Committee members and comments, we have no committees currently sitting, so we would have none. Public comments, unfortunately, everyone is sleeping this morning or blocked in by the roads, so there is no public. That brings us to item number 8, motion for adjournment.
Make that motion.
Motion Cantala Mesa, second Malloy. Roll call Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Malloy,
Yes.
Allen, Lamacusa, yes. Thank you, folks.